not to like, God, this part gonna be all over the place, but not to, like, I don't want to dig on that Diddy situation, but like, imagine being the father and watching your daughter get kicked and tossed around like that, and didn't know it happened,
and your daughter, you see it happen,
and your daughter hid that from you since 2016.
And your dad.
All right, so Diddy and I had this whole look. I think when you talk about people who have been affected by domestic violence, you try to make sure that you're not offending anyone, and you're being as sincere and what's the word I want to use? Can you help me out a little bit? I'm looking for the word. Trying to be as nice as you possibly can without offending somebody.
I want to have some empathy.
A couple episodes ago, my wife was just like, she took the bag, she got the money without seeing any evidence, and she was all against that girl.
I just said that's just what it was. The money, he has struggled with money, which is so unfair because she's the one that went through it.
But my thing is it possible that she didn't get hushed by the money? She didn't want any of this type of stuff to come out that could potentially drive her back into a space of,
I'm sure she knew somebody was going to dig up some stuff and eventually was going to come out. It's just her being prepared to open that wound again.
Yeah.
That's all that was. And it's just, like, people don't just throw money at you or be so quick to...
Oh, we're going to fix it, y'all.
Give money.
I apologize.
If they didn't have anything to do with it. If they played no parts. You get what I'm saying? Why am I going to pay you if I actually had no parts in this? I'm paying you because I had some parts in this, whether or not I'm sympathetic of it now, or I felt some type of way about it then and didn't look at it a certain way. At the end of the day, she was the one left being abused. We didn't go through it. We just see what happens in the aftermath of it, and it's a lot of people that try to make light of the situation, not of the fact that she actually was, the victim, but just in general of, like, even the hotel scene. It's already a skit out. Or whatever, as if, what if he dealt with somebody else, like a hood chick? She'd have beat his ass. It wouldn't have been, the situation with what happened, but who's to say that a hood chick don't eventually put herself in a situation and, stuff has happened for so long, you let stuff slide that, this is all like, this is your supporter, your provider, your protector that you thought, and you can't get away, like you don't have the strength to get away. That's what the biggest issue is with the situation. It's like people will be like, oh my God, she should have left. She tried. You see what happened. It's unfortunate, but the whole situation in itself is just messed up.
All right, what do you say to all the people that's coming out and apologizing after the fact now?
Apologizing about what?
What do you say to the people that's coming out? I know you've seen what's going on the internet, Sonya. Everybody's apologizing to Casey.
I ain't been watching none of that. Okay. What was I supposed to, like, because from my understanding, Diddy had a post up, I just read the caption, I didn't even play it. Like, he's apologizing, but you only apologize because the movie leaked. You knew what you did. The video, the audio, whatever. The surveillance leak. You swore by everything that you was going to clear yourself. Like, you knew what you did. That's the biggest problem. So, who cares? Like, your apology means nothing because you knew what you did to her.
I'm not talking about Diddy's apology because I do agree his apology is irrelevant. I just think, like, after putting up the fight that you put over the last few months, basically trying to say you're innocent and none of this stuff was true, you can't now put out an apology saying, I feel so bad about what I done in the moment. I apologize when I did that to her and I got help. Those type of things you should have already been prepared for and already did what you did. But I think with that I was saying something to you the other day, or maybe yesterday, and I basically was like, the people who sat back and allowed these things to happen when you could have stepped in and kind of helped protect women, you just as responsible as the person who actually did it. And that may be, for me, that may be me jumping ahead too far and me just trying to put the mistake or the issue on everyone else. But I think like when you see someone who is intentionally crying out for help and saying, okay, this ain't right, or you coming to these parties and you being a part of the problem and you're not being a part of the solution, you just as bad as the person who actually.
That's a lot of people at them parties.
Yeah, but I also think it was an exclusive situation. So it had, like we used to think like these type of behaviors only happen with the white people, the white rich people. We never looked at it. We looked at Diddy for so long as like, okay, this
Brother Love.
He specifically when he changed his name to Brother Love,
but he was wild on making a band.
Peace and all this trans whatever the word is. But I just look at it like this, like the internet gonna internet, and I think Cat Williams said it best in the at the beginning of the year when he did Shannon Sharp's interview. He said, like, man, this is gonna be the year of truth. This gonna be the year where a lot of people gonna be exposed, and I didn't think it was gonna get as bad as it's got. I say that the same as Diddy. Like watching that guy, I hate to go back there, but watching that video he displayed shit that he possibly saw as a child, and he just reenacted that same behavior. And that doesn't give him no excuse, because he has to be the one that's got to be willing to be the change. He can't continue that behavior and keep recycling that bad behavior.
You said it. He's got to be the one willing to be that change. And if he's not willing to be that change, then until he meet his match, or just vice versa, until somebody meet their match with the situation, to know that there is a problem, like this isn't right, this isn't healthy, they're going to continue to do it.
Yeah. But see, that's also like you gotta be man enough, and sometimes you gotta check your ego and understand when it's time to get that help. And if you can't do it, like, I don't know, we gotta start being like beating asses. You ain't gotta kill them, beat that ass.
And then they want to kill you because there it is. Their ego has not been placed and put in check to realize that this was not an ass whooping because you ain't shit. This is an ass whooping of help. Like, oh no.
Because not to like, God, this part gonna be all over the place, but not to, like, I don't want to dig on that Diddy situation, but like, imagine being the father and watching your daughter get kicked and tossed around like that, and didn't know it happened. And your daughter,
you see it happen.
And your daughter hid that from you since 2016.
Your dad to a daughter.
Oh my God, yo!
What would be your dad to a daughter?
It's just like, man, like,
how would you feel? That's years of that being held.
One, I'm hurt,
right,
and I think I'd be more hurt before I'm angry, because like that's my baby, right? Then I gotta also understand why my baby that says she loved me didn't feel comfortable enough to come to me and tell me those type of things were happening. But then I gotta understand, like, she gonna possibly tell me because I didn't want you to get jammed up. But then how you will feel if the district attorney come out and say, yeah, that case happened in 2016. The LA DA is not pursuing that case because there's nothing we can do. There's no charges that we can have.
So now
that can be put out.
What you do?
Pray. I pray. This is one of the times I really have to lean on my pastor, and not TD Jakes, not Mr. Swallow.
Okay.
Because I see the memes going around that they say motherfucking Diddy need to go chill with TD Jakes, open up a church, become a minister so he can cleanse his transgressions.
So he need to go chill with Russell.
It looked like from that apology that's where he was at.
Adios. Go sit down somewhere. Because ain't man.